Let's fill some hard drives. Come on, XSplit. You can do it. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents The Grand Temple, Season 1, Episode 1. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by two-thirds of the Ontario crew, which will be the full crew for this campaign, as this is sort of a game that we're going to be playing while Mark is working. Sorry, Mark. We want to play D&D. You work lots.
Dollar bills, yo.
Yeah, let me unmute your mics. Your mics should be now nice and toasty and warm.
Mark making those dollar bills.
Making those dollar bills, but some of us are like, D&D. Both Ahmed and I were like, D&D tonight? Yeah, D&D tonight. D&D tonight? How come Adam's not responding? D&D? D&D. Yeah, it was pretty, yeah, some days you just need to roll some dice and play.
I got this weird set of messages after I was like, I ate some chicken wings after seeing a massage therapist for like a jacked up calf, and then it's like all these things. It's like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do the how'd you do's, because we haven't been streaming for a while, so back from Canada, at least until Christmas, and which means we can stream. I think this is the last summer where we're going to have shitty internet, as the local internet company is supposed to be laying some fiber into the house in the next little while.
That's strange phrasing. I don't know. It's correct phrasing. But...
Isn't there a song, lay some pipe?
I wouldn't have said it like that, but all right.
The local company's going to lay me some fiber.
David Wilcox, laying
a little
pipe.
much there, buddy.
That's the song that came to mind while I was describing that. So you got the intonation.
Yeah, I got
there.
the visual.
You got the little of David Wilcox, of course. How is everyone doing? So yeah, back in Seattle, kind of back to the regular grind here, and did a bunch of tasks that I couldn't do over COVID. You know, like the DMV visit and a bunch of other like government stuff, and I felt good getting those things done.
My wife's out of town, thus I have a beard growing. So I'll be continuing to grow until the Christmas season.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Kratos.
That's
what you are for Halloween. You're freaking Kratos. That's it.
I've been getting a lot of compliments, and there'd be like random dudes giving me compliments. It's weird.
Dude, go to your judo practice with like the red paint like coming down one side of your face.
Down the one side of my face.
Who's first, boy?
I'm perfectly fine with the dude compliments on beards, because we know it takes a lot of effort to grow a beard and to maintain it and to.
To get this long, it just takes some decent genetics, right?
I just need to sneeze really hard, and I show up with this thing.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's but part of this was I wanted to do a color check to make certain that I didn't have like a bunch of grays hiding somewhere.
Oh, dude, they sneak up real quick. These motherfuckers. I don't bother painting it or putting makeup, but putting any coloring. It's like, no, baby.
No. Natural.
Wisdom. Wisdom right here. used to be pepper, and it was salt and pepper. Now it's just pure salt.
Now we call it sugar.
This is sugar. That's right. Fine.
No. No, that and so I've been because I apparently hate myself. I've been playing StarCraft 2, so which is like a very taxing multiplayer focused game where you mine your minerals, you build your armies, you optimize your build, and you try not to get stomped into the ground. There's theoretically Stormgate's coming out, so I need to get my my macro on point. My macro economics.
Real-time strategy, turn-based strategy, baby. That's more my speed.
Well, it's really funny because it's like, so I took a break from StarCraft for like a year, and I was never fast, but I came back like my first couple of games. I was like 59 APM. I'm like, this is ridiculous. There's literally 1 second click, 1 second click. It's like, no, I'm slow, but it has to be at least like 100 and something. Because every second you do something, it's
that's
like,
really fast and turn-based.
that is really fast and turn-based. Well, it's like normally
One man, too old to play RTS. Sitting there, doing his laundry in between turns.
they released a balance patch, which was sort of sparked the whole thing, and the balance patch tweaked some stuff that made certain builds that I didn't like less viable.
Yep.
So some of the stuff I found not fun, they made it less viable. And therefore, I'm like, hey, I want to interact with this again. So, I'm having fun.
Cool. Are you guys ready to dive in?
Yeah.
All right. So this campaign, just a quick kind of preamble. We're not stopping Grimstone and all the goodness of the other Martyverse campaigns. That is the stream name for that I've just decided to go with. We're not stopping any of those. Just Mark every once in a while is working when we want to play. So we're going to do a little side thing, and this will be called the Grand Temple. We're doing this because we want to get our D&D fixed. We want to spend some time with you folks on stream, as well as we're going to be playtesting some of our house rules that we've always wanted to play with, but haven't got a chance to, or don't want to adopt wholesale quite yet across many of our campaigns. So you're going to see some things around armor and shields and dents. We've sort of taken second ed rules and backported them to first ed, and there's a few other things that are tweaks that we'll be playing with at the same time. I'm not going to get the party or the players to introduce their characters because there's going to be a series of scenes that introduce those characters anyways, and we're going to dive into I think the first scene. Now, each of these characters is from a different world and a different part, perhaps even a different time in the Martyverse, in worlds that we've seen across many of the campaigns, from Legends all the way up to Grimstone. And we're actually going to hone in on Adam, Mr. Corbeau.
Oh.
Well, nice.
And I need to make player visible Mr. Corbeau's office.
I haven't streamed in a while. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, baby.
Mr. Corbeau is a Kenku. His first name is Oorex, I believe.
Yep.
Oorex Corbeau. You are in your business suit, sitting at your desk. There are beautiful flowers that have been put out by your goblin manservant, whose name is Mr. Crumbs. Mr. Crumbs currently is not in the room. You are finishing up a interesting translation today, as you are a translator in the Foreign District of the greatest city that ever was and ever will be, Imperica, the center of the Imperium.
Where else would I be?
Where else would you be?
Obviously, I'm in the greatest city in the greatest place ever to exist.
You, it's an odd language. It seems to be old in some of its word choices, and you actually don't know who gave you this parchment to translate, as there are other people in your family business that handle the interface between customers. You just get stacks of things that need translation. Sometimes you need to work the front desk, but this type of job allows you to spend a lot of time in your favorite place, which is your office, full of knickknacks and things, little collections of art and items that you've not only pilfered from other parts of your family manor, but pilfered from elsewhere in the Imperial City. The Foreigners District gives you an opportunity to bilk sometimes visitors to the city that may not have imperial citizenship status and therefore have less of rights. Not that the foreigners have rights to be stolen from, but it's just there's opportunity, especially in the gambling halls. Oh, you love gambling, right? You're pretty certain that if you finish this, you might have time to get into one of the early card games. One of the early card games is a pretty good one to get into because there are a lot of people that had just spent the afternoon in taverns, and then the day drinkers that want to gamble, or the people that have visited many of the beer houses and drank a one too many steins. But you're kind of stuck on some of the words here. The budgies that your sister keeps are pretty much almost in every room of the manor. She raises them like en masse to produce different variations of color and stripes and dots and patterns in their wings. And you've got a bunch of budgies that are making noise right now in the cage of budgies that is in your room. This almost summons Mr. Crumbs, who comes in and he sees you looking up. You're comfortable enough around him. He
Oh, yes, feeding time. Yes.
He begins to put these it's like stuck together seeds into the budgie cage. You like the budgies. They remind you of your sister. They're also, that after she mates big hordes or flocks of these things, the next generation is the one she's more concerned about, which is why you have them all. And you, being a little bit crueler than most Kenku, don't mind making a snack out of one of them every once in a while. Your sister seems to have an endless supply of these things. In fact, there's a giant barn where she's got massive cages of these. She's won some awards. This is a thing that she competes against even human nobles in who raises the prettiest budgie.
It's fine. We'll eat the leftovers.
Yeah, you look up. They seem to be a little bit agitated today. They're kind of squawking and they're flying around. It might be some new budgie isn't friends with the other budgies. You now scorn yourself for thinking about the interrelationships of budgies. Mr. Crumble is able to calm them down a little bit. Mr. Crumbs is able to calm them down a little bit by feeding them.
Is there anything?
And he actually wanders over and fluffs the flowers. He quickly, deftly takes out a couple of the flowers that are dead, and almost anticipating this, he pulls out a couple other flowers and puts them back in.
What is the timing on this particular contract?
Oh, the scroll.
Yes.
This one was a peculiar one. The paperwork seemed to be missing. Shall I go and bother your cousins about this? This isn't the first time that they've had a muck-up.
You got the first paragraph.
Okay.
Jing is the god of the prank, and Jing is the god of the trick. Jing is the one that something walls, something that are 40 something thick.
Some sort of nursery rhyme about a jing.
The goblin, clearly not knowing what it is, but not wanting to contradict Master, just nods to you.
Is there anything you would like from the kitchens?
Yes. Cheese and some crackers.
Mr. Crumbs knows not to smile at the cracker part. You've lost goblin servants for making all sorts of bird jokes. But Mr. Crumbs is able to at least keep his mirth inside. He did pause for a moment, but he just nods. He glances at the cage of birds. They've settled down somewhat, but they're still kind of agitated. They're one of them is flying around the cage.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Mr. Crumbs leaves. You hear the door close
when
behind
Mr.
you.
Crumbs is gone.
Yep.
We're gonna figure out who's the troublemaker in the cage.
Okay. There's this one. Yeah, he's loud. He's got spots and some stripes, and he's got this gnarly crust on his nose, and he's just disturbing the peace of some of the other ones. You can see that they're like inched over from where this bird is.
We will attempt to grapple.
Yeah, you thrust your hand into the cage. There's a bunch of squawking when this happens. You've got this little chirping maniac budgie.
Okay, we are going to squeeze it until it stops chirping.
Okay, you kill the budgie. Great campaign so far, Marty.
Have a seat and take a look back at our. We're gonna ponder our puzzle while we wait for our cheese and crackers.
Okay. You find yourself entering a bit of a haze. The dead body of the budgie, its blood touching the drops of its blood touch the scroll, and it seems to click. Jing is the god of the prank. Jing is the god of the trick. Jing is the one that can walk through walls that are 40 inches thick. Jing is the god of the coin, and Jing is the god of the gold. Jing is what serfs work for each day, but landowners always hold. Jing is the god of good fortune. You find yourself sort of dozing off, and you're awakened a bit. You can hear the budgies are singing. They're singing not like they've sung before. You look down at the Canticle of Jing, is what this document is. There are many, many choruses. And your office is full of mist.
Oh.
You realize you don't hear the usual hubbub of comings and goings and
city noises.
Wheels on cobbles and people yelling, and you don't hear noises from outside.
Try to take a look out the window.
You burst open the windows after, like, sort of in a panic.
Yep.
Your hand goes down to, what weapon do you have?
I have a elven curve blade.
Okay. Your hand goes to the pommel of the curve blade to check to see if it's there. Somehow you put it on. Maybe you were going to take the dangerous way? You're not too sure why your gear is on you? Some of it,
like normally in the city, he just has a couple like daggers. Right?
Yeah. You don't know why your gear is on you. You maybe we're gonna take one of the dangerous ways to go to a more dangerous neighborhood to play a more desperate game of cards. The mist seems to be getting thicker. You can't see through it. Jing is the reason for locks, and Jing is the reason for doors. Jing is the reason for death traps on ceilings, walls, and floors.
I'm not a fan of death traps.
The fog seems to be getting quicker, quicker in its rolling around you and thicker. So you think yourself a bird of great repute?
I am a kenku, or tengu, depending on your dialect.
You think you're smarter than everyone else.
Only because I am.
You think you're better.
You said it, not me.
Jing is the god of the dungeon, and Jing is the god of the maze.
Don't like those either.
Jing is the god of the labyrinth, where everybody stays.
We are going to try to leave our office.
Okay, you turn around to leave your office, and you're in a dark hallway where there is the sounds of battle. There are other confused people there that you could see. The battle is so fierce that the blades that are clanging against each other are causing sparks, allowing you to briefly see some befuddled-looking people also standing in the darkness with you.
Oh, right. How about how's that window look?
You're not in your office anymore.
Oh, the window's gone.
You're in a hallway with 5 other confused-looking beings that you've never seen before, and a battle raging around you. The laughing voice echoing in your ears. Let us see if you can find the birdsongs.
And if I pass your test, I get to go back to my office?
We'll see.
I must have hit my head something fucking fierce.
Some of the more violent reactions of your of your possibly new companions are snapping you out of your mental reverie. We're going to go to a different part of the multiverse. Perhaps forward, perhaps back in time. Hi, Fox. How's it going?
Hey-o.
The name of the place
Fox. What's up, man?
is
Sorry.
Tomato Patch Village.
The Tomato Patch Kid. This is awesome. It's gonna shiv you. I got shivved by a tomato plant.
Chimchim, right? Is the name of your character?
Yes, that's correct.
Chimchim, you've been enjoying your golden years. As an elf, you are quite old. In fact, you're venerable. You are well into your 4th century of life.
Yep.
That's correct, young man.
360 years old.
360.
You live in a place called Tomato Patch because you love the fruit, vegetable, whatever it is. You tell me. And
vegetable.
you have planted all sorts of varieties and things that you have got from traders and from other elven druids, and planted them here in this pastoral. Well, actually, it's a little bit of a forested village. You are in the region called Greenspan, in the elven country of Salumi, on some prime world that has elves on it. It's the world. You're old. You forget things.
It's the one with these stars right there. Yeah.
Chimchim's enjoying his golden years, gardening and tending to the village farm. He enjoys smoking his pipe, napping by the brook behind his house, and eating a good tomato soup. The days and the seasons fly by. You have a hard time remembering all the names of the people in the village. You're pretty certain you're related to some, if not most of them.
Yes, it's
They
very
tr-
frisky, my youngin.
They treat you well. You know that sometimes they call you Redbeard because you spill your soup on your white beard. Those that may not be like you so much may call you Fruit Fly because, you know, tomatoes. Your eyesight has long since gone to the point where you probably can't see fruit flies very well.
Oh. And he doesn't care.
There are a few encounters in, we'll say, the last year. It's not like you're tracking time on a day-by-day basis. You're kind of tracking time in an elvish way, which is by season. An elven year being 4 years instead of 1. Where you had a peculiar visitor. This is the first of several visitors this year that were remarkable, that stood out. This visitor wasn't an elf.
Okay.
She was a strange gnome riding a badger.
Okay.
Some of your relatives / neighbors have neighbortives.
Rabers.
Point to you as she seems to be knocking door to door and asking some questions. She hops off her overly large badger, which then goes snooping around in one of the gardens and starts digging things up. She doesn't seem to correct it, but you know you'll have to fix that, whatever damage it's doing later.
Take some time to fix it. Get my knee pads ready.
The strange woman approaches.
Hey,
Grandfather Elf.
hello, child. What can I do for you and your little dog over there?
Rufus, he means you no harm.
Yeah,
Rufus
Rufus.
Rufus has found some tomatoes and is eating them.
Yeah, he's a good thingy.
The animate Leshy, named the Tomato Patch Kid, steps behind Chimchim when he sees that Rufus is eating tomatoes.
Yes. Hey, Patsy, step behind me, sis. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, little Patsy.
Yes, he won't eat you. She looks kind of annoyed that this is a concern, but Rufus, stop that. And it seems to be smart enough to just go sniffing around other places.
He's alright.
He picks up Patchy, puts him on his knee, starts like a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, like jump, jostling his knee. Like.
Can you pick up Patches?
Oh, right.
The
You're
Leshy,
like, "Up here, Patches,
the
up
Leshy
here."
weighs, I don't know, 10 pounds.
10? No, I can't. I
Okay.
can't. No.
Okay.
Jump. Use your legs there, Patsy. Come on. Jump up.
Are
yes.
you all right?
Oh, okay.
The strange gnome woman
He's
checks
fine.
to see if you're okay. When she sees you straining to pick.
What's your strength score?
It's a minus. It's a 4. It's a 4. My strength is 4. I have to calculate the weight of everything in my inventory to make sure I don't go over.
You are
and wondering what the limit is. 14 pounds.
You are the elder of the village, are you not?
I don't think there's anyone older than me around here as a little child. But yes, I am. What can I do for you, little child?
Well, some of the trees might be older than you, she says.
Yeah, I guess so. You're as wise. You're wise as I am. So, what brings you to would you like some tomato soup?
I'm on a sort of a. She looks at tomato soup. She
It's very
nods.
good.
She nods to be polite.
He pulls out another wooden spoon.
Okay.
Okay.
You feed her out of your own bowl.
Yeah. He's like.
She
Disappeared.
She purses her lips at first and then takes a polite and concentrated long slip at this, a slurp of the soup.
Very good. Yeah.
She nods and then just puts the spoon down beside the bowl. Thank you.
You're very welcome, dear child.
I am searching for something.
Huh? What are you searching for?
You're a druid, right?
I think so.
She cocks her head off to the side. Oh.
Pretty
I
sure.
was told that the elder of this village was a druid.
It's probably me, yeah.
she now smiles at this, thinking that you're playing games with her. Have you ever heard... Well, first things first. Can you speak to plants?
Fuck, let me check my spells, goddammit.
The Leshy is waving.
Speak with animals. Yeah.
She waves back, not certain, but...
Can I? I don't think so, no. Yeah, I never... Maybe when I was younger, probably not recently.
You forgot?
Hey, Pat, has he speak before? I don't think so.
Patches waves to you. Gives you a thumbs up.
Hey.
He's got a little arthritis going on in the thumb.
She looks a little bit disappointed and sort of sits down on a wicker chair beside you.
What's the problem? What are you here, sir?
I'm looking for a way to speak to plants more deeply. You see, you know how trees have rings?
Not wedding rings.
Not rings on their fingers, but rings inside.
Yes,
of them.
and it tells you how wise. Tell you how wise the trees are.
It tells you how old they are, yes, to a carpenter or a layman. She takes out some, like, cross-sections that look like they've been polished of, like, tree sections.
Let's have a look here. A second here. Okay.
She showed you an oak tree.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
She humors you. There is more than just their age by counting rings. There is information that the trees store.
Yeah. Look, you mean like the seasons and the temperatures, perhaps?
Yes, she says. How smoky it was that year, and whether there was a volcanic eruption a continent away.
He licks the wood.
Yep. It tastes like varnish.
Yeah. Chemically, yeah.
Yes, he says. She politely takes it back, and there are other things that the trees record. Different trees have different things. The problem that I'm trying to solve is how does one read a tree without cutting it?
Ooh. It's a very good question. You could,
It is, and she fumbles with a holy symbol. You notice that it's not of Rilithane Ralathil, which is the elvish god of nature. It seems to be of a tree of life, maybe? Do you have any knowledge in religion? Chimchim?
Knowledge, nature, religion, not so much.
Okay, it's not your nature deity. It seems to be of a giant tree.
yeah, you looks like you like trees.
Oh, this is a special tree.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, you could do is probably what the young girl, you could probably ask the tree if it's okay, and you could take a little hole, take a little bit out, and then heal it.
The problem is, well, maybe that would work with normal trees. The tree that I will eventually want to speak to is the biggest tree that I know.
The biggest tree I know is a little tree over there. It's pretty big.
Oh, she says, well, then I will go and look at this tree.
All right.
Just imagine, she says, almost out loud, like she's imagining to herself and not really like talking at you anymore, talking to herself. Imagine the secrets the world tree holds.
Very tree, very tree.
Knowledge world tree? The fuck would that be? Religion?
Religion or planes?
Nay. I have done nothing in my 360 years. I know very little.
Tomatoes. You know what?
I can make a mean
You,
tomato soup.
It's like somebody today being alive for the Declaration of Independence.
if I could learn how to speak to the... If I could learn how to read the tree's rings.
Oh, well, little girl. Are you a droid? Are you a droid?
I could preserve the knowledge of Yggdrasil.
Yeah. Yggdrasil. Okay. Well, if you studied Druidic, you can...
The word Yggdrasil to you feels good. There's something about it, you think you've heard of it before, but there's something familiar about it. Like you won't forget this word again.
Yeah. I know this name.
I'm sorry.
What?
Where are my manners? What is your name?
Chimchim.
Chimchim.
My friends and close friends, just almost everyone in the valley just call me Chimmy.
Hello, Chimmy.
Or you can call me Chimchim.
And who is this little one over here?
Patches.
I sound like a freaking old Cartman.
It's fine. Hello, Patches. She shakes Patches' hand that extends. I'm Malini.
Here's Patches. Like tomatoes. So, speak to plants. Speak to plants. Speak to plants. I don't speak to plants, but I can speak to animals. Not plants.
I will go and seek out this tree. How far is it? It's about 5 miles from where you are.
It's over there. She's on about a mile, 5 or 10. Over there. It's in this direction. It takes me about 6 days to get there.
She smiles at that. It won't take me 6 days.
Young guns. I'm good. Just need my soup.
Okay.
It's made out of good berries, which are actually good tomatoes.
Okay. Yes, your good berries are good tomatoes. You know, little cherry tomatoes, the ones packed full of taste. All right, the strange name woman named Malini goes and fetches Rufus, hops on top of her, riding.
Before you go, wait. You take these tomatoes with you for the trip.
A little bag of tomatoes.
Okay, she takes the
A couple
tomatoes.
of good berries, casts good berries.
She digs into her pouch and she pulls out what looks like a smaller tree rings, but carved into the surface of it is the same symbol of the tree. And she gives it to you. If ever your god does not... If ever you need the solid nature of oak, the wisdom of the trees, and then
He's already putting the ring on.
Yeah, I like it. Fit.
No, it's a holy symbol made out of a cross section of.
Oh, it's not like a ring.
No,
No,
no.
it's tree rings, like
Tree-
a cross
tree
section of a
rings.
tree.
Okay.
Yeah, carved into the front is the symbol of Yggdrasil. You can add a wooden symbol of Yggdrasil to your. It's a holy symbol.
Nice.
The knowledge of the tree that reaches everywhere. Call upon this.
Thank you very much. It's been very nice of you.
All right, Malini, the gnomish druidess, takes off with Rufus.
Bye-bye now, bye-bye. Bye.
She nods and rides away. It would
I'm exaggerating my own characteristics.
it would be, you don't know, maybe several weeks later. You don't see Malini again.
I really like that tree.
She may have wandered off to find more helpful people, or something else may have happened. There's some hubbub in the village, and over the course of a few days, there's a lot of concern as 2 hunting parties of elves have gone missing. Both parties were of typical size, 12 elves and 1 huntmaster. The deer step party consists of many rookies. And when they failed to meet at the Tomato Patch Village, the second, more experienced hunting party was sent out to retrieve them. Hunters commonly met at Tomato Patch Village, as it was a good spot to meet, as well as tomatoes made an excellent addition to any sort of meat dish that they would create out of the venison and other things that they
The
that they
acids are natural preservatives.
Yes.
He makes a tomato vinaigrette that goes really well with the meat and the food and the breads.
When finally a very competent-looking hunter approaches Chimchim, who's sitting on his front porch,
Okay.
this elf is likely a sun elf. He's got the feathering on his arrows reminds you of a certain hue of leaves in the autumn, and he's got a great bow.
Yeah, hi, young elf. What's he doing in my village?
Praise to Labelis El Norith, the god of time.
Oh gosh, yeah. Soup?
That wise elf still remain in this village. He sort of waves off your soup. He's not interested. He's not interested in your soup.
What can this wise old man do for you?
I am Eldar Vanek Sundaresan. I've been sent
Great.
here
Greetings.
by the Salumi chiefs to figure out where people have gone missing. You are the local druid, are you not?
Yes. It's nice. Yes.
The Tomato Patch Kid salutes the elf. The elf looks down at it and he just gives it a nod. It salutes again. Finally, the elf, like, just waves a couple fingers at it.
Brave soldier, this one.
Ah,
Good, Patsy. Good, Patsy. Good salute. So, yes, I am a druid. What can I...
the Tomato Patch Kid takes that as the interpretation that it's okay to go up and kind of touch some of the weapons at his side, and he sort of shoos it away with a boot.
Patsy's being rude. You should ask first. But I'm
2
just
hunting parties were expected here.
Eh?
I am the local representative of the crown. Do you have any idea of anything dangerous around here? I thought Tomato Patch was long pacified.
Yeah, it's quite safe here. There's tomatoes and, some weeds here and there. It's tricky, but that's about it. There's nothing dangerous here. Hey, Patrick?
The Leshy.
Yeah, Leshy's like, there's lots of things that Leshy considers dangerous, but stew pots being one of them.
Don't worry too much. There's nothing clear of danger.
Could you show me what is east of here? If you are still able to make it out into the forest, Druid.
Yes. I can make it. Just need to stretch my joints for a few minutes here.
20 minutes later.
Okay, he waits. He's like standing at the edge of your yard waiting.
He just sits up. He's got 2 walking sticks. Well, wait. 1 walking stick.
Yeah, 4 strength. You have
One.
it's like
You have a quarterstaff.
you have
It's
a
very
a
thin
master quarterstaff, a dagger, your spell component pouch, a battle robe made out of cotton, your holy symbol made out of wood. You also have a small orange cloth flag representing Salumi elves. This is how the elves of the region recognize each other. Otherwise, you might be considered like a foreigner or an invader.
He wears it as a bib and just
Okay.
keeps it there because it matches the.
The Tomato Patch Kid seems to be really helpful today. Also carrying a bag or grabbing a bag for you containing your smoking pipe with your tobacco pouch, your spare holy symbol, your favorite wood bowl, and your favorite wood spoon. And then you have just enough strength to also carry the wooden symbol of Yggdrasil, which you put in your pocket and you forgot you had.
Just sitting there.
It's just in there. You put it in your pocket and you forgot you had it. The last thing before you leave, and running down the street to like catch up with you, as Eldar seems to be patient enough to at least walk at your pace.
Probably, guys.
I might walk out 30. Or don't I?
Tomato Patch brings your famous pouch of tomato seeds, which has a mixture of all sorts of the tomato seeds that you grow around the village.
You never leave home without them, you know. It's just like you always need tomatoes everywhere.
Tomato
Trust
Patch
me.
salutes you before you leave,
Take care of the plants that have tomatoes like you.
and what you did not realize at the time is that it would be quite some time, perhaps even the last time, that you would see the Tomato Patch Village. Eldar walks with you. He asks about some of the minor what do you call them? Minor landmarks around the village. He asks about a big felled tree, like what felled it, what this brook is called. He clearly isn't from the Tomato Patch region. The way he walks, you would think that he is a ranger, but he's very, very soft on his feet. You do notice that he has some weird tools at his belt that suggest that he deals with more metallic things.
Careful. You be very careful with those things on your belt. They get cut. They're very sharp. You consider wood. Wood's much easier. If they fall in the water, they float.
Give me a wisdom check, Chimchim.
Okay.
The DC isn't that hard.
Right, you ancient druid. You should be able to. This should be good.
Not with my rolls.
The DC wasn't. And you live near here. Okay, it takes you some time to eventually realize that he's leading you in the direction of the big tree that you had sent the gnome to some time ago.
Here. I recognize this path. We're going towards the big oak.
The big oak?
Yeah, the big oak. Then, that's gonna take a while to get there. But it's that direction. Merlini went there, you know. Do you know Merlini?
Who?
Forlinde. I met her many years ago. Wait,
No.
that was days ago.
I don't know
Yesterday.
anyone named Melini, but there are tracks that go this way. It appears that
Lamini.
the hunting party went this way. At least the second one did.
Interesting. She was riding a dog. Yeah. But the tree's just up here. Almost there. This way.
Okay, you're
It's days away. That's good.
no, it was 5 miles. So it does take you about twice as amount of time because you're not in a rush, and he seems to be following tracks. So he's taking his time following the tracks. He seems to be cautiously always about 10 feet in front of you, unless you need help over a stump or whatnot. You get a little bit of a pinprick at the back of your neck, like a tingling feeling. No, it's not old age. It's
tomato senses are kicking.
your tomato senses. Sorry.
The power of tomato.
You feel it too.
There's something's here.
Something is there.
Something's here.
Something. The tracks. I think.
Tomato. He's offering him up.
The elf just looks at you as you're catching oogie boogies and you're like smacking down on a tomato. Perhaps I should scout ahead.
Yeah. Here. Yes, give me a second. Stretch a little bit here. I'll come with you.
Are you sure I can scout much better by myself? No offense, Grandfather Elf.
I give him guidance.
Okay. He accepts your blessing. Blessings of Corlon upon thee.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
And you see that
I'm
one of
coming.
his golden button that holds his cloak pin is that a holy symbol of Corlon.
It's a fine god. It's a fine god you have.
He doesn't stick around to continue chattering with you. He sort of leaves you standing there, and disappears into some mist-covered forest. I'm gonna move your token to a different map, which is always a good sign. Five minutes goes by. 10 minutes, your tomato's done. 20 minutes goes by, you've already gone off to the side of the bushes to relieve yourself.
Yep. All right.
It's now nearing an hour, and he has not returned yet.
Where I drop a seed, tomato seed.
Okay.
Create water.
Yeah, you'll be going into lots of tomatoes, won't you?
Place where it's nice and, little shade, little sun, moist ground.
There you go.
The mist seems to be getting thicker up ahead. It's a strange mist. Normally mist happens in the mornings as the evening coolness mixes with the warming of the day. This is quite late in the day for a fog.
It smells weird here. My tomato senses are tingling again.
What do you do? It's now been...
Yeah, he's gonna walk
away. Hey, Corlon, boy.
Doesn't remember his name. Okay, so you go following him. Is it you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You there?
Are you there? You're walking. These
You
are
should have
forests that you...
taken a tomato soup.
These are forests that you...
Silly youngins.
that you've walked through many times before. There's something weird up ahead. You don't recognize some of the bird songs. They're not from around here. In fact, there's a bunch of birds singing that aren't of species that should be in this forest.
This is different. Let's take a quick peek here.
You go to the clearing where the large oak tree dominates this part of the forest, and instead of the oak tree, there are buildings that you've never seen before.
Yeah. I know it's been a while, but shit. What's this?
The fog seems to be coming out of the building in the forefront, the one that's a little bit closer to you. Like the mouth of the building is producing the fog. And you can see clear footsteps of the Coralon elf guy.
He goes up to the side of the mouth.
Goes right up to the mouth and maybe pads into the building.
Goes up to the side of the mouth, taps it. Staff.
You're smoking shouldn't bother others, you know. Be polite.
Pulls out his pipe.
Like this.
Okay, so you're lighting your pipe?
Yeah. It's got tomato, like it's got a tomato flavor to it because it's mixed in with like weeds from tomato plants and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's obviously some tomato oils.
Our boy's going to end up poisoning himself to death because don't smoke.
He's been doing this. He's been doing this for 300 years.
Yeah, hence the -6 con for age.
Tomatoes in the nightshade family.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, if you're not in D&D land, don't do what he just described.
Yeah, no.
We'll call them tomatoes from now on. All right, so you light your pipe and you sucked in on it, and the face of this weird building breathes in a bunch of its fog and a little wisp of your pipe, and then exhales, and the exhalation knocks you over into the muck.
It rolls over.
You swear when you glanced up at the temple that these eyes were actually looking at you, but then they went straight ahead when you look back.
It'll take him about 10 minutes to sit up.
Grandfather Elf, you can hear this voice deep within here. Is that you?
Hey, come on, boy. Yes, it's me.
Is that him?
I think, it's his voice. It's the younger elf's voice. You don't remember his name.
No, he doesn't care.
I think the hunting parties went in here.
You should know that these structures, buildings, didn't exist here before.
I can't hear you.
You just heard me fall down, you shit. Did you hear that?
Could you help me with some light?
We're elves, asshole.
Yeah, you have low light vision.
Right, there's no dark vision. He casts light on a tomato and throws it in.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Oh, right. Touche. Excuse me.
From where you're standing, I don't know if you can...
Oh, I can make it. God damn it, Chewbacca. Let's roll this puppy. $15. Wait, minus. Hold on, there's a minus to apply. -3, I believe. 12.
Okay, so you whip a tomato, it hits the side of the wall. You're going to need to get closer to the temple to whip something deep within.
Son of a bitch.
The thing breathes in again. Give me, what is your CMD?
Oh.
Negative.
Oh, 8. It's plus 8.
It's less than.
It's 8?
It's less than the minimum.
Oh, so you get to the top of the stairs, the temple breathes in, and you find yourself like being lifted off the ground, and you go
Here we go.
flying into the temple.
The old frail.
The last voice before you end up in a hallway full of sparks and afraid-looking creatures around you that you may come to know as your companions. You do hear a voice that is not of the Coralon guy, but it is a powerful, slightly feminine command. As a divine caster, you would recognize when a divine being is speaking to you. You must find her. And by her, you know that the goddess or the agent of perhaps your own god means Malini.
I thought it was the Coralon boy, but okay.
He takes a
Okay.
little ink thing out.
No, you're in a chamber full of madness and people that are freaking out as they're coming from different places. One of them is a Kenku that was in his office that's confused.
He's got very nice clothes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Pulls out-
we'll
pull
get
out another
that.
tomato.
No, pause.
Okay.
Acid splash.
And see. Because some
Cool.
of the other people that are there might have increasingly violent scenarios that lead to this.
Yeah, I just turned the corner and I was like, "Oh, weird." You got yeeted through a mouth, a big stone mouth.
All right, the next backstory that we're going to do is that was of Chimchim's backstory, and then Oorex was the first one. We're going to do Stelios's backstory. And I have to take a quick bio break because I've been drinking lots of tea and then some Perrier. So, because liquid in, liquid out. But I'm going to unravel a scene on a distant world, perhaps even in the past.
Thesponia.
On the world of Thesponia, near the Pillars of Sacrifice. And we'll figure out what the heck all that means in a minute. If you guys could entertain the stream for a moment, that'd be great.
So
It has been a while, huh?
we've got old.
It's an old Cartman.
It's old happy Cartman. Yeah, it's like it's Cartman the druid. It's Cartman the friendly druid.
Cartman the friendly druid. This is the one voice that comes naturally. Otherwise, everything else is gonna be like missing for me. It's just gonna change. I'm like, no, this is the one. This is the one that lasts.
This one, the last, yeah. No,
This is the line.
so the birdman, the Kenku, they have like natural linguist and like mimicry type abilities. So he just has a very proper voice, right? Just very proper way of speaking. Stelios is going to speak whatever language is local to this region. I think it's called Olympian. And that's it. He's the human from the human lands with int 10.
That ain't bad. It's decent, son.
Yeah, it could be worse. Yeah. Stelianos papas. Excuse me. No, and yesterday in judo we were doing rolling chokes, lots and lots of rolling chokes. My neck just hurts.
The trick is not to let them grab your neck.
Well, we were practicing the implementation of a rolling choke, so you're the tackling dummy for the other guy. Hey, Fox. Yeah, no, that we're not doing Gestalt in this campaign yet, and we're starting at 2nd level.
Yeah, we are shitty.
The Olympian guy is a paladin.
Paladonk.
He's a paladin of Athena.
Yeah, so I think Fox missed the beginning. Is we've got a couple of house rules that we want to add in to play with, like armor and like gear slots and things like that. It kind of changes how we use up our actions in a round. So we figured if we're gonna actually test this, we're gonna test it without, just vanilla flavor, right? No Gestalt, no mythic, just make sure these are regular characters and run the rules through them and make sure they make sense, right? Then we can make it more complicated. Otherwise, if you use something with Gestalt, you might break the rules without actually.
Well, you might not even know that there's a big hole in the play style.
Right. So just that's why we pick different classes, obviously to complement, but also just to see how they play out. Anyway. It's good to see you, Fox. It's been a while.
Stelios. What's your last name? Stelios?
Papas.
Stelio Papas. You are a paladin of Athena. You are standing guard this day before the pillars of sacrifice. Worry not. It was long ago that the civilization here sacrificed to the Kraken of Poseidon between these pillars. These pillars probably being a place holy to the gods long before your city was founded nearby. You are from the city-state of Thespronia, and Thespronia's goddess is that of Athena, as ancient warriors of Thespronians conquered the peoples that lived here prior. It has been a festive time, as it is every year, for the local temple of Athena. This is not the main temple in the city itself, but one of the smaller ones that have always existed nearby. While it is close to the sea, it's not directly on the shore, which is why you've brought your temple's statue with great effort, as is tradition, down from the temple to the edge of the water so that the priestesses can wash the dress of the temple of your goddess, as well as give blessings over this place. Perhaps even to quiet the ancient spirits that might haunt here, given the much more bloody history. Prior to bringing the statue down, the entire temple was cleaned out. They washed the statue, they washed the temple and cleaned it out. And the many villagers, including some of your servants and your family, are here to witness where various ceremonies are taking place before the unveiled statue of your goddess at the Pillars of Sacrifice. You are standing guard along with some other warriors who have dedicated their lives to protecting the priesthood of Athena. And if we want to zoom in on your family, happily standing there is your wife, Ismini, your daughter, Nikaya, and maybe a little bit bored is Nikopo, your son.
Okay.
The ages of the children are... I have them written down somewhere. Nikopo's 7. He's got a stick. He's probably fighting monsters in his mind. Nikaya is much more timid at 4 years old and doesn't seem to go far from the traipses of the dress that your wife is wearing. You scan the crowd. One of the head priestesses of Athena in Thespronia has come for this local reconsecration of the statue of Athena. Her name is High Priestess Rhoda, and she's leading the procession, as well as many of the as well as many of the day's rituals, including a ritual where there are 3 boxes. This is the end of the ritual after all the washing and blessing has been done, where the 3 apprentices or acolytes who are basically indoctrinated into the cult of Athena present 3 boxes that contain items that no one knows what they are, but they are blessed before the statue, and these 3 acolytes are allowed to carry them back to the temple. These are three things that you know that are of great importance to Athena.
3 produced relics through this ritual.
They do not show you what the relics are. It is part of the mystery of the cult itself. You would likely have to be a high priestess, which you will never be, as you are a paladin, a holy warrior of the goddess of learning, culture, civilization, and warfare. With great pride, you stand there as there are throngs of people. We'll say throngs at this period of time means there's at least 60 people standing upon the beach. These are all the local villagers and people who follow Athena, and maybe some foreign relatives of the people in the village, as well as the retinue of High Priestess Rhoda. Looking across the way, what is the name of your rival? Not your enemy, but your rival in the same band of warriors. What is this guy's name right here? I need a Greek-sounding name.
Oh. Give us a second.
Steven?
Sure. That works.
Okay. Steven and you have always been, even since you were young, kind of rivals. He's not a paladin, and where you have won in many ways is that you actually show paladin powers and the powers of your goddess. You're pretty sure that he is jealous because of that. He is also jealous that both of you pursued your wife when you were younger, and you were the victor. And
Paladins don't dump stack charisma. Fighters do.
you do still suspect that he has eyes for your wife, but you have since shooed him away. It's just something that you'll have to watch out for, even though you're not supposed to raise weapons against your own.
Yep. There's a guy, and
but Steven is also standing there proudly guarding the procession, the day's procession. Ahmed, you're gonna control Steven in combat, okay? Should it happen. It is the last ceremony when things get difficult. The acolyte priestesses have their boxes, and they look heavy for at least a medium-sized humanoid, but they are each able to carry their own regalia. The High Priestess Rhoda has blessed them, but then has gone off to kind of pray between the pillars of sacrifice. When she is deep within a reverie, the wind begins to kick up. And an ill-looking cloud begins to form amongst the white, fluffy clouds that had dominated the very bright and shiny day. It's not you that saw it first, because I think your perception's 0.
Point me to the evil.
just noticed that your perception's pretty low.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't,
But you heard screaming first, and you glanced towards. It looked like the high priestess was okay. Then your thoughts went to your family, or your family first, and then which one was it? Your family first when they were screaming, or your goddess?
We probably went goddess then family. I think that would be the duty then family.
You can see your wife. You know she can take care of herself. She has grabbed Nikaya close and has got Nikopo by the collar, but where she's looking, she's got this look of terror, and she's looking up into the sky.
We will also look up.
This horrible screeching. Ah! Almost every single person has dropped what they're holding and is now holding on to their ears. This horrible, god-awful, hellish, haggy shriek as these things are flying down.
Oh no. Oh no, Marty's upset with me.
Steven says, "It's many. Take the kids and run."
Okay, so he take the kids and get out here. All right, they're screaming. There's pandemonium as
Stelios, lay your life down.
as these harpies are they're really ugly. They are haggish and foul looking, and their shrills are just absolutely demoralizing. You notice that some of the warriors have actually taken steps back from the noise. Some of them haven't recovered from just the wailing. The storm has changed. The High Priestess Rhoda seems to be still in her trance as she drank some deep of some sort of cup before entering the trance and might be communing with the goddess while this is occurring. But the hags are starting to dive. Give me a sense motive. You could roll a d20 and add 1, Ahmed, if you want to participate.
Sure. Let's show up, Adam.
I get an 11. Damn, that plus 1.
All right, a split second before your rival buddy, you know where they're heading. They're going for the artifacts. They're going for the boxes.
Okay.
Where are the boxes?
The boxes are now dropped in the sand from these 3 acolytes that have got their hands clutching their ears from the horrible sound. Hey, Kenny, how's it going?
It's Kenny. That's good.
We're gonna try to put our bodies in the way.
Okay,
Yeah, come run. How far can we go?
I'm gonna roll initiative.
Ooh, my man.
So we're gonna call these harpy-hags. And their initiative is we're gonna take harpy and add it to hag.
Stelios, quick! Drop your shield and spear and make a moving target for them. I will take care of your family, don't worry.
There's lots of time for your nonsense.
All right, they're at a +3.
That's over here.
But that's the ritual.
Random numbers.
For Sparta!
Back foul
No.
beings of chaos.
Despinaya.
Despinaya! Yes. Another place.
All right, and you're the frenemy, and your name is Steven. Steven's got a +2.
I'm here to help you out, buddy.
Not your buddy guy.
Not your guy, friend. Not your friend, pal. All right, the harpy-hags go first.
Man.
They all move. They are going to club the acolyte priestesses.
Hey! Hey!
Foul beings. Only their husbands.
Oh,
Foul beasts.
hitting 2 of them.
Dunk, dunk.
What did they roll?
They attacked the.
No, what did they roll?
What do
I
you
see.
mean?
I
Okay.
see.
Knocking them to the
Collection.
ground. They're not, like, they weren't armed for combat. It didn't kill them, but it definitely injured them. One of them missed, I think. Yeah, one of the priestesses was defensive. And then they're picking up the boxes. The harpy-hags are strong enough to pick up the box just under
One arm.
one arm.
Okay.
They are continuing to shriek, causing everyone to just be demoralized. And it appears that only Steven and Stelios are the ones that are capable of acting. We will call it the blessing of the goddess, or story.
Scene.
Scene. All right, that was the harpies. The harpy-hags. Stelios.
We are going to.
The closest harpy hag has the worst eyes ever, like some sort of underworld ghoul, some creature of Hades. It's got a bone flute at its belt and a skull that looks like it's etched with runes. Its legs and arms are kind of like that of an eagle, like bird-like.
Stand back, warrior, lest you be cast.
Apparently they talk, the other sisters, while it's talking. Protect.
Speak
or-
not to me of thine. Speak not to me of thine vile words. And we're charging, and we are.
This one will make a good sacrifice.
We're
That's
going,
it, Stelios. For the first time, show bravery.
We're going. So I'm looking for the action on smite, and I don't think there is an action. It just goes. Swift action. So
Yeah.
I move. I charge forward. I smite evil, and then I will stab this thing with my spear. Is it evil?
Oh, yeah.
Seems evil to me.
Yep. Okay, swift actions are also back in the 3-action system as we're playtesting some rules. So, swift action is back.
Okay, so
It seems to recognize what you're doing.
This one has the god touch. This one, my sisters.
Oh,
Ooh.
God. Are they a coven?
well, it doesn't count as a coven if I stab one. All right, so we are going to power attack. That's right. I'm working out my attack 1. All of the things are happening at once. +2 for charge, -2 for tower shield, -1 for power attack, +5 for smiting, 6 base, +1 for masterwork. So yeah, plus 12 to hit. Hi-ya! AC 30
What the hell?
with my spear.
God damn.
Aha! I'm assuming that hits.
Yes.
Okay. We are going to do. Just confirm.
You're using a spear?
I'm using a short spear.
A short spear? Okay, your short spear
I am
gleaming
a
with,
hoplite.
with a golden glow goes stabbing in towards this this foul creature. It is going to use its natural armor as a reaction to
Okay.
block some of the damage.
Okay. So it's going to try to tank it. Oh, and so we can damage natural armor this way.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So 1d6.
So as a reaction, creatures normally only get one reaction around, and it's going to use some of its natural abilities to absorb some of the damage. Because I think it's going to need to.
All right. 12 damage.
Oh no! Okay, so it brought its wing up, and you stab right through its wing. The wing crunched underneath it, It has a +9 natural armor, so it blocked 9 of the 12. So it only took 3, but its armor class drops by 1.
So smites normally bypass all DR. I don't know what that means here.
This is not coming from a DR source. This is coming from natural armor.
That's fine.
Good thing you smote because you wouldn't have got through it.
Oh, I had... Face me!
It's definitely in melee with you.
This one is mine, sisters.
That's what it says. And then it utters a few words probably in Hadean, which you do not know because it is the language of the underworld. Steven!
That's it. That's it. Ah!
Let me find...
I see birds.
Let me find Warrior 2 or something like that.
Level 2 characters are a little bit weaker than... That has all the things with that attack, including a charge.
Yeah, you got everything there.
There you go, Ahmed. There's Fighter 2. You've got a spear, and you've probably got a little bit better armor. Your shield is effectively a heavy steel shield, which is +3 in our system, I think.
I see these things here. You're already taking 1. If I run... Oh, man, I can't make it in 1 round. Okay, make it in 2.
Okay, you're charging.
Does he have medium armor on? Or...
Nope.
Okay, he's got light armor. Okay, nice.
Do I have a long spear?
No.
Like 10 foot reach or 5 foot?
5 foot reach. One-handed fighting spears.
I will get to here.
Okay, so you're charging in. Double move.
Yeah.
Okay, you run across the sands and the gravel.
This one is ours. Let's hamstring him. Let's wishbone him.
All right. 20.
Backfile beings. Backfile things.
For Athena! Plus how much again?
You've got a +5.
Plus... Alright. It's not bad.
You are a small town watchman. Human warrior 2.
Yeah.
Alright.
20!
AC 22? Yeah, you hit it. It's going to take a reaction to block some of the damage.
D8 plus 2.
Okay, so you did 0 damage, but you did enough damage with its natural armor class of... no, it has a natural AC of 9. So you didn't do enough damage to injure the creature. It took a reaction and...
Also, your weapon's a D6.
Oh, I was just using the...
That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry.
So D6 plus 2, yeah, alone you can't fight this thing without critting. It just buffets at your spear. It kind of it kind of rakes across your helmet. You've got some like fluff in your mouth.
Wishbone this one.
Harpy-hags. Well, they'll take a round to attack, I think, or they can attack and then move. All right, Stelios.
So pretty. So pretty.
Its claws raising
Keep
up.
your foul opinions to yourself.
You don't think it's... no, this one's got a... It's going to use a single action to stow.
Okay.
Its Morning Star goes away onto its belt, and you see that it had a kind of like a net purse that it jams the box into.
Okay.
So we're also playing with some hand economy. So it had like a ready open slot to stick something in.
Okay.
So pretty! And then she's going to take a slash at your nice, pretty cheek.
No. Yes, very pretty, but no.
AC 23.
AC 23 does not hit. Well, with charge it would have hit, but because I smote evil, it does not.
Really?
Stelios' AC right now is 27 with the charge. It'll turn